Hi, and thank you for being here. My name is Deepedner, and today I'm presenting my postgraduate business project on the strategic repositioning of Happier Every Chapter. This presentation outlines a comprehensive corporate partnership and social value strategy designed to take a successful grassroots initiative and scale it into a national powerhouse. Let's start with a brief overview of where we are and where we are going. Happier Every Chapter, or HEC, as a UK-based community interest company dedicated to tackling educational inequality. The impact is already proven. HEC has served over 4,300 children across more than 35 workshops, achieving up to a 50% increase in reading engagement at partner schools. However, the organization faces a critical problem. An over reliance on B2C microphilanthropy is severely limiting the ability to scale. The solution is a strategic pivot to B2B corporate partnerships. Thanks to the UK Procurement Act 2023, which mandates a 10% social value weighting in government tenders, corporations are actively seeking measurable diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) and ESG partners. Through my research, we tested this pivot and achieved a massive 31.5% warm engagement rate from our initial outreach, initiating conversations with tier 1 giants like KPMG, Europe, and BP. Today, I'll walk you through the framework that made this possible. To understand the pivot, we must look at the limitations of the current B2C model. Relying on ad hoc, low value donations and single purchase book subscriptions creates unpredictable income. Furthermore, the consumer market is highly saturated and incredibly price sensitive right now due to the cost of living crisis in UK. This model simply cannot fund national expansion. The target B2B model changes everything. By targeting five-figure corporate ESG and DEI budgets, we tap into multi-year recurring revenue. Corporations need this to comply with the Procurement Act 2023, and they are looking for skill-based volunteering opportunities for their employees. This is how HEC scales nationally to corporate networks. We didn't just theorize this, we tested it. We identified 42 highly targeted Tier 1 prospects in high margin sectors. We sent highly disciplined, quality driven LinkedIn outreach to 38 of them. The results were staggering. We saw 24 connections accepted, a 63.1% rate, which is easily 2 to 3 times the industry standard. More importantly, we initiated 12 warm conversations. That is a 31.5% conversion rate. When you consider that to the standard B2B social outreach benchmark, which is just 1 to 3%, the strategy performed roughly 10 times above the industry average. Where exactly did we find the success? The data points clearly to the built environment sector, which made up to 36% of our engagement. Firms like Europe and Helix Group desperately needed localized social value evidence to win government construction tenders. Professional services like KPMG, Bank of America followed closely at 28.5%, driven by internal DEI appetite and strict SDG reporting obligations. Interestingly, we face significant resistance from traditional FMCG and global brands like Unilever. Their ESG focus tends to be on global supply chains, meaning a localized model is misaligned there. Finally, EdTech and public sectors made up 14%, serving as a great secondary target for mission alignment. So it's not just about which companies we target, but who we speak to inside them. Traditional outreach to corporate giving officers or charity managers yielded low responses. They perceived HEC as just another charity asking for a donation. The breakthrough came when we shifted our focus to DEI and people directors. Titles like Global Equity Director at Europe or Chief People Officer at BKL responded enthusiastically. Why? Because DEI and Human Resources departments now control these budgets, not legacy CSR departments. They view HEC as a strategic partner to help solve their inclusive metrics. To convert these conversations into contracts, we needed to develop a formalized tiered product framework. The framework were as followed, starting with Bronze, the price ranging from 1.5K to 2.5K pounds. It was designed for SMEs. This sponsors one classroom and provides localized PR. However, it is low margin and requires high volume. If we talk about the silver tier package, it ranges from 5K to 7.5K pounds. And this is our anchor product aimed at mid to large companies. It sponsors a whole school and includes a lunch and learn session directly fulfilling the corporation's internal DEI training KPIs. The need of the companies to do something physical, to do something that involves them doing it rather than it being a charity. If we talk about gold, price ranging above 10K pounds, built for Tier 1 infrastructure firms, it provides regional multi-school sponsorship and our Wordsmith volunteering program, giving them the exact audit-ready ESG data they need to win bids. If we talk about legacy tiers, it's bespoken, it's negotiable, it's a multi-year platinum partner. It delivers 3 to 5 years of binding commitment to national scale. It provides exclusive literacy equity mark accreditation that gives them a physical proof, a trophy to showcase, if I may. So execution is everything. Our 90-day roadmap divides responsibilities to ensure momentum. In month one, the founder and business development teams will focus heavily on pipeline conversion, pitching the silver tie to our 12 warm leads via formal discovery calls. In month two, operations will finalize the automated LIT ESG impact report templates while marketing launches targeted LinkedIn campaigns. By month three, the operations team will activate profiles on digital matchmaking platforms like What Impact to generate a passive inbound lead pipeline. If we talk about scaling to B2B, it is not without severe risks, and we must be prepared. Firstly, capacity bottlenecks. Handling complex B2B clients could overwhelm us. We will mitigate this by strictly standardizing our ESG reports as automated templates and automating the bronze tier entirely. Secondly, supply chain volatility. To protect our margins from inflation, we must secure bulk fixed rate publisher contracts before signing any gold tier clients. Thirdly, purpose washing. We cannot let corporations dictate school placements just to serve wealthy areas near their offices. We will enforce a strict corporate partner code of conduct to protect our mission. Finally, volunteerism. Untrained corporate volunteers can be a burden. We will restrict this to the gold tier and mandate that corporate HR pre screens their staff. So, to summarize our 6 key takeaways, the B2B pivot is validated. The 31.5% engagement rate proves the market demand is real and aligned with the Procurement Act 2023. Target built environment and finance, these sectors have the ring fenced budgets and the legislative pressure we can solve. If we talk about leading with the DEI language, we must retire the word donation and speak in terms of strategic investments and ESG deliverables. We need to formalize silver tier first. The silver tier should be our primary commercial anchor as it is highly scalable. We need to protect the mission integrity. The code of conduct is non-negotiable. HEC must always control where the books go. And last but not the least, systemize before scaling. Automation of reporting and low-tier checkouts is required before expanding further to not overwhelm the organization and its members. So, Happier Every Chapter is evolving from a grassroots charity to a national strategic partner. We have already served over 4,300 children, proven 31.5 engagement rate, and 42 Tier 1 leads identified. We have the mission, we have the product, and we have the market validation. Strategy is in place. The next step is execution. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here.